Hi everybody, and thanks for joining Stamp with Tracy for today's Wow Wednesday. Tonight I want to show you this awesome suite that is available in our current mini catalog. As soon as I saw it, I knew I had to have it. Now I will say that during the demonstrator pre-order, we were not able to order everything that was in this. So I am actually showing you bits and pieces, but the suite is on page 14. There are 2 items out of the suite that are unavailable currently, but will be available to order on the 16th of October. So if you wanted to order the entire suite, you will need to wait about 2 weeks to be able to order the entire suite. I will be happy to let you know when it's in if you contact me to tell me that you want to order the whole suite, and I'll let you know when the items come in. But I did not order everything, so I'm going to show you bits and pieces and bundles and things that I actually am using for tonight's card. So this suite consists of quite a few items, and the suite is available, as I said, to order once those other pieces come in. And the convenience of ordering the suite is basically one item number gives you everything that I'm going to show you on the following pages. And it just saves you from entering a whole bunch of items. You still get the bundle prices. It doesn't save you anything other than the bundle pricing for the stamps and die combination. So the Night Divine is a stamp set and dies. Tonight we're going to be using just the dies from that. And also it comes with Stars a Night bundle, which is another really awesome stamp set, and a hybrid embossing folder that cuts stars as well as embosses them. It comes with, I'm talking about the entire suite now, these beautiful adhesive backed trinkets. And I have those right here in person to see. They are currently on back order. So this is one of the items that would not be available, that would hinder you ordering the entire suite unless you wait till around the 16th of the month. Then there's this absolutely beautiful Night of Navy gold glitter ribbon. Shining Brightly Specialty Designers Series paper is the other item that is currently on back order but is due in on the 16th. And this beautiful Oh Holy Night Designer Series paper. So let me start off by showing you that Designer Series paper. So this Designer Series paper, I can definitely see creating a shadow box for a beautiful Christmas decoration. So this is, you get 2 sheets of each of these. So this is the one side, and here's the other. It's a beautiful little design behind it. Then there's this beautiful design as well. And the other side of that. I know you're not seeing the colors as beautiful as they are in person, but trust me, this is gorgeous Designer Series paper. So here's like the sky scene with all the little stars in it. And the other side of that is a very pretty multicolored star piece. And then this is just a beautiful background piece that I absolutely love, that gradiates from dark to light. And the other side is really just dark with, there's a little pattern design in there that I know is probably very hard to see on the camera. And then there's this beautiful scenery, and this is probably the one that I would use for a shadow box. Absolutely gorgeous. And the other side of that, beautiful. I'll tell you the colors that are included in all of this, so you'll know your coordinating colors. This is another star page with another beautiful background. So with this Designer Series paper, the colors are Basic Black, Boho Blue, Copper Clay, Crumb Cake, Misty Moonlight, Night of Navy, and Pebbled Path, and Very Vanilla. So all of those colors will coordinate with that Designer Series paper. Absolutely beautiful paper. And again, you can find all of that starting on page 14 of the current mini catalog. Now, the other paper that comes in that suite that you can also purchase separately, but this is currently on back order, is this beautiful Shining Brightly Designer Series paper. So this is very vanilla and gold. And this is just one-sided. There's your beautiful stars on very vanilla and gold. Beautiful Night of Navy. Hopefully you can see how pretty and shiny that gold foil looks. And then the other piece that I pretty much cut up is this beautiful Night of Navy with the gold stars in the background. Now I've used most of that making some cards today so I could share those with you. So let me show you what we're actually going to make tonight is a bridge card, which I have used before, but hopefully I just thought this really would work well with this card this evening. So what I have here is a basic, the card base is Night of Navy, and it is 8 inches by 4 1/4. And then it's scored at 1 1/4, 2 1/2, 5 1/2, and 6 3/4. So I'm going to go ahead and bend where all my score lines are. Bending back first and then coming forward with the other. And this is how we're going to create our beautiful little bridge card. Sorry about the shadows. I wished I could figure out a way in my room to get rid of them. But the way my desk is set up, that's just the way it happens. So I have the Designer Series paper cut out. And that's the first thing we're going to do, is to do our Designer Series paper onto our card base. So I'm going to use my liquid glue. And this piece of Designer Series paper is 4 by 2 7/8. And then I have 4 pieces that are 4 by 1 inch, and they'll each go on one of those little flaps there. I like, again, using the liquid glue for this so I can position it and move it around and slide it if I need to. So I'll assemble those 4 pieces on there. Just making sure that I line them all up the same. I do have my host code for the month of October posted on my Facebook page. It's also right here in the background. I do appreciate if you have an order that is under $150 that you use my October host code. That is P as in Paul, T as in Tom, M as in Michael, D as in David, H as in Harry, C as in Cat, 4W as in water. And if your order is over $150, if you decide to order this suite, don't use the host code, because that way you'll get your rewards yourself. And I do believe that entire suite price was $144.50. So if you just added an item or two to that, you would qualify for your own Stampin' Rewards, because it would be over $150. So then I have another piece of the Night of Navy, and this piece is cut 5 1/2 by 1 1/2. And this is going to be our bridge. And then I have a piece of Designer Series paper that is cut 5 1/4 by 1. And I am going to go ahead and glue that on there a while. And we'll make sure that we have that with like a 1/4 or 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch all the way around. And that's why I like using my liquid glue. I can shift that into position. Okay. So now we have that. So for this card to fit into an envelope, we need to have, excuse me, the side, one side bent down. So whether it's this side or whether it's this side, it doesn't matter, but it will fit into our standard medium envelopes. So the first thing I want to do is actually add my stable to it. Now to do this, the best way that I see to do it is to go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry, I have to add my bridge first. So sorry about that. We're going to add our piece that we did as our bridge. I'm gluing one side of it, and I'm putting this all the way to the edge and coming up about 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. And you just want it on that piece right there, and then you just want it on the other end. So that's why I'm not gluing the entire thing. So when I bend it over like this, you'll see that this is what will close. Let me let this set up for a second. So either way, either side that I want it to go, it will fit into the envelope. And this gives us our bridge look. Okay, so this is what I call my bridge piece. Then we're going to use this piece. And what we need to do is we need to make sure that this doesn't go any higher than that. And I want to try to make this even on this fold and this fold so that it overlaps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use my glue and get this. And I'm not going all the way down to the bottom on purpose. And I got to make sure that it's down here so that it fits in the envelope. And I want to make sure that my sides are pretty equal here with what is going over both of these folds. So I'm only going to glue one down to start with. Okay, and you do see that this is hanging off the end. That's going to happen. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to add my little bit of dots here. Over this side. And then I don't want to glue anything here because I don't want that sticking, because it all depends on what side that it's on, where your adhesive is. So now we've got that. So you see how this is sticking off on the bottom? So what we need to do is cut that off at the bottom. I'm going to just take a little clip right there and a little clip right there. So there's those two pieces. So I'm going to, now you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I'm going to go ahead and clip that. I'm going to add just a little bit of my glue, and I'm going to go ahead and make that work on the bottom right there. So it still has that look. And do the same thing with the other side. Just clip off that little piece, little dot of glue. So that's really the only fussy part that really didn't work for this, that I had to make an adjustment for. But there you go. So now we have this. So then our dies, our Night Divine dies, which I absolutely fell in love with and knew that I had to have them. And what I absolutely love about this is that you can take one piece of cardstock and lay all of this on there and cut it all out with the same color for this silhouette look that I'm actually reaching for today. Okay, so I just laid it on my piece of paper, sort of like this, and then fit the camel on there too. I didn't worry about the sky clouds look this for this card, but laying everything right inside, I just had to run it through the Stampin' Cut Emboss machine one time, which made it so easy to do. So they are called the Night Divine Dies. So I have this here that I'm going to put inside there. And I'm actually going to do it with dimensionals. So I'm going to go ahead and add my dimensionals to that. I'm going to be using both my full size as well as my minis. Try to get this one here. I don't want it showing through, so I'll do the two on the end, the shepherd and the king. And then I'm going to go to my mini dies for some of this other area here. Because I didn't want them showing through. Okay, so I'll peel off the backs of all of those. I definitely am looking forward to trying to make a shadow box 3D decoration out of this. I think it'll be absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so then I'm going to just place that in here. And what I want to do was get it down to just about where this bottom is here. And I set it down a little bit too soon, so I'm just going to pop it back up and move it down some. I don't have a real secret, probably just using tweezers is the best case scenario here. And let me turn it sideways here, laying this down. That looks pretty good to me. Okay, so then here's our look for that. And now I'm going to take my camel, and I do want to pop my camel up. So I am going to use a full-size dimensional and a little mini dimensional, and add this little camel off to the side here. I didn't want anything on his head because his head is going to be out in the open here. So there we have that. And then I have the little horse, or donkey, I'm sorry, our little donkey that I'm going to use a full size, and again another mini, and add that over here. And then I'm going to take my trinkets and use one of the larger stars and place that right on top of the creche here. And then we have this beautiful 3D design that if you sent that to a person for Christmas, it would fit in an envelope, and then they could use it as a beautiful little decoration to put on their mantle or on their table or whatever. Absolutely love that. Think it's so awesome looking. Then I wanted to show you another card that I made, and this one's a little bit different because what I did on this one here was I actually cut up the nativity scene. So I added the shepherd and the king, cut those off the sides, and after I added my creche here with using the foam adhesive strips that we sell. Absolutely love those. They come real skinny and they fit right behind all these pieces, so I could pop that up, and then used my dimensionals on Mary and Joseph for the nativity part, and then just glued these guys down right on the side pieces here, and then added the lambs and the donkey just by gluing that down. And this is a piece of that designer series paper that was that gradiated blue Night of Navy that I was showing you, how it goes from dark to light. And then I added, of course, the trinkets again. Absolutely love these 2 cards. I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. And don't forget now, for Wow Wednesday, of course, you need to like and comment, and you have a chance to win both of these cards. I am not going to put anything, put a piece of white cardstock in here, and I'll put a piece of white cardstock on here. So if you want to add a saying of some type yourself, you're more than welcome to, but I don't want to pick and choose that for you. Now on this one here, I did use the Merry Christmas that came from the Hope and Peace stamp set. Here's that Merry Christmas right here. And I used white embossing powder. Hopefully you can see that to make that fit right in there. So stamped that with Versamark, added the embossing powder, and then heated it so it was a permanent fixture there as my saying. You could do the same thing on here as well. I chose not to do anything, just to leave it like that, and that's how it'll go off to the winners. So again, for Wow Wednesday, don't forget to like and comment for your chance to win these 2 cards. And don't forget, I appreciate if you do place an order and it's under $150, I would love for you to use my host code for October. It will be posted along with the description information when I post the video. So thanks so much, and all the items, numbers, and things will also be included as well. Don't forget to like and comment, everyone, and happy stamping. Bye-bye.